getting to know them personally with interviews on Rock Made of Metal.
My name is Ben. I play guitar for Blackstone Cherry.
Brilliant. And you're on, and obviously you're on tour right now as well too. Can you just give us some general information about that?
We've been on tour in Europe the past 3 weeks. Today is the first show of the UK arena tour, so it's very exciting.
So I mean, like, you know, not many bands have the chance to perform at the this Hydro as well too in the UK. I mean, how's your expectations?
I mean, you know what? We're super pumped. We know the people that are going to come here tonight are going to be just excited because they've kind of shared that with us. You know, 6 years ago tomorrow actually was our first show in Glasgow at the Cat House. So it's kind of crazy to see the transgression and how we've progressed and the fans that have supported us. So it's been a growing process and something that's very humbling.
I mean, it's been such a short process where, I mean, I know you've been here for, as you said, about 6 years, but you've only even had 4 albums, and here you are, you know?
You know, we tour Europe. I mean, we do a lot of stuff in Europe and in the United Kingdom just because, we got a lot of fans here. So even under 4 albums, and this is our 3rd time overseas this year alone. So we try and spend a lot of time over here just kind of to build our fan base and to build our career.
Would you say it's been quite easy to do that over here then? From the sounds of it, it sounds as though, from your perspective, that fans really catch on.
Yeah, it's been, I guess, easier here because music is still such a big thing, especially rock music. You know, it's still very much alive and popular. So when a band like us comes over, they take really well to it, I guess. So it's been challenging, but it's been fun, and I will say it's been very much easier than anywhere else.
Absolutely as well too. I mean, I was kind of wanting to talk about, obviously kind of the structure of the entire thing as well, because obviously, like I was saying before, not many bands get to perform at such a venue, and as well, I mean, does that kind of change the layout for the show of you or anything like that, the structure of the show, how you engage with fans?
Yeah, I mean, we've got a whole set built, with ramps and lights and crazy stuff, because when you play a room like this, you have to bring it, so it's different, but we're still gonna, the cool thing about us is no matter what kind of venue we're in, we still try to put on the best live show we can. We don't really ever go, well, there's more people here, let's put out a little more. We try and do that. We put on the same show at the Cat House, that we would anywhere. It's just, that's the way we are on stage. We want to entertain people, and that's how we react to the music. So here is obviously a much larger scale, but yeah, so you have to kind of adapt your set to that.
Absolutely. I mean, you were kind of talking about putting on the same show though, at least as well too, but have you had the chance to do the sound production test yet or anything like that?
Yeah, we did earlier this afternoon. We did a sound check, and everything's working, so.
Right. Well, when you were out there and kind of looking at the scale of the entire thing, what do you think?
When I walked in this morning, I was completely overwhelmed. I was like, oh my gosh, texting everybody back home, wives, mom and dad, and it's an awesome experience for us. It's still very surreal right now. We've played arenas, but we've been supporting bands, so to have this as our own show is pretty incredible. And
considering this is your first one as well too.
Right. Yeah, this is the first one of the UK section, so it's special.
Speaking about obviously the support for this is as well too, Magic Mountain, the album as well too. So just before we go any further, just for people to catch up on, at least, can you just give us a little bit of information about that?
About the album?
Yeah, just so people can catch up on it.
It's our 4th album. We wrote it basically geared around how we would play those songs live. We didn't want to write an album that was going to be hard to translate live. So we wanted it to be energetic and heavy, and we wanted the songs to be good, and we wanted it to be a little more raw, and by that I mean we didn't want to overproduce it, So we worked with a great producer named Joe Barisi. We recorded in Pasadena, California, and yeah, this is probably my favorite album just because the whole process from writing to recording to the touring, everything's just been really good. So we're really proud of it. The collection of songs that's on it are awesome. The fans love it, so that's all we need,
So it's just something that you're happy with and they're happy with as well too, yeah?
Yeah, absolutely. At the end of the day, we want ourselves to be happy because it's what we create. But when, you know, obviously when our fans enjoy it with us and we hear nothing but great things and people requesting songs that we would never even think about playing live off the new album, it's like, really, you like that one? So it's very cool, you know, to know that our fans are listening to the whole album, not just what they hear on the radio or something.
Can you give us an example of, like, you were saying, like, really, you want to hear that one? Is there any examples of that? Like,
well, I mean, one of my favorite songs on the album is called Sometimes, and it's a very stripped back song. It's acoustic, and it's one of my favorite songs. So I don't mean, like, when I say really, like, it's a bad song. I would just be surprised if some of our hardcore, you know, heavy rocker fans, you know, that want our heavy stuff would say, oh, I love that song, please play it. It just surprises me, you know. But it's a great surprise.
Is it a good feeling though to be at least, like, obviously you're trying to take it a step back, trying to make it a raw sound as well, to make it, I'm assuming this is like this is what Black Stone Cherry is at this kind of core level.
You know, basically we try and keep our albums to be eclectic, to where it can go from really heavy, it can go to country, it can go to acoustic, it can go to whatever it needs to be, because it's about music, you know. We don't ever like to say we're only going to be a rock band, you know. We like to do different stuff.
It certainly did. You had a banjo in it at one point as well.
We did. We got banjo, mandolin, and there's some pedal steel guitar licks, you know, super country stuff. So, you know, it's just fun. If the song needs it and deserves it, then we're going to put it on there.
Absolutely.
We went into the album with the mindset to do it simple, you know. 2 guitars on the album, not 4, not 5, you know. And we wanted everybody as a musician to stand out too. We wanted each person to be an individual. We wanted the drums to be great, the bass, both guitars to be great, the vocals, because we're not a band that's about any one person, you know. So we went in with that mindset, just to if it sounds good, then don't overthink it, you know.
And did you think, I mean, obviously when you got the reaction back then as well too, about kind of the album as well too, and obviously you're taking it back to the sound, how did you feel that obviously the core sound of Black Stone Cherry resonated so well with the fans out there?
I mean, it's awesome when people love the music, and to hear people say, this song changed my life, this song saved my life, this song we got married to, you know, this song we made a baby to.
Explain that one.
No, I mean, I'm just saying, you know, that's what you write music for. When you hear those, it's cool to play awesome shows and to maybe win an award or to be up for a nomination of Album of the Year or something. But when people really come to you with a personal story about a song that maybe touched their life in some way, that's very special.
Just kind of moving on to something else as well as, I mean, obviously you'll be heading, like, if I'm right in saying you're heading away during about February time for, like, private kind of reasons as well too. I'm not looking for the reasons, but just to see if I'm right in that.
What's that now?
Are you heading, is the Black Stone Cherry kind of not taking a hiatus, but kind of like not really going to be doing much during February next year just because of private reasons? Because I've read about this somewhere.
I haven't heard this.
Right, well, Wikipedia lies. Do not listen to Wikipedia.
Yeah.
Do you trust much that you get on Wikipedia?
I look on there sometimes, and somebody actually put on there one time that we were from a town somewhere in England. And I'm like, I love England, don't get me wrong, but we're the farthest thing from that. You know, we're from Kentucky. So some of the stuff is true, you know, but some of the stuff, you know, it is what it is, you know.
Has it been a lifelong dream? Have you ever kind of thought about what it'd be like if Black Stone Cherry did come from England or anything?
You know what? I think if we came from England, we wouldn't be as received like we were in England or the United Kingdom. I think because we are from Kentucky and we are Southerners, I think that's what people have latched onto about us. Is we're not trying to sound like Led Zeppelin or the Rolling Stones. We want to sound like us, and people really love that about us, you know. So
do you put importance then on that, obviously because you are from Kentucky as well too, do you put that as some way of like an importance of how you got this big then, because of that kind of image that's portrayed?
I think so. I think people like it, and you know, we're pretty accessible people. You know, we try and stay very humble and level-headed, and we want to interact with our fans. And we're from a small town, so this is still stuff like this is still pretty awesome to us. We're never like, oh, that's cool, whatever. You know, it's still very special. So I think our fans appreciate that. What's up? This is Ben from Black Stone Cherry. You're watching Rock Made of Metal. Click here to subscribe for more. Click here to watch more videos.